Welcome to WII News.
Your home for weekly literary analysis on your favorite movies and stories.
This week's episode is on The Lion King and why it is a fairy tale.
First up, we have to identify the Quester.
The Quester would obviously be Scar. He's the main enemy, which makes him the Quester.
Actually, Simba is the Quester. I'm sorry to tell you that, Caleb, but he is the character that the story follows and the character that goes on a quest throughout the story. A little bit more background knowledge on Simba. Simba is the heir to the throne and will take over as king as soon as he becomes of age.
I'm going to side with Noah in this one. Simba has some flaws though. One such is his arrogance. He's very young but thinks he owns everything. His arrogance gets him into many sticky situations.
Yeah, I remember that. One such situation being the elephant graveyard, when he tries to show Nala that he's ready to be king, but he's not.
His arrogance gets him into a tough situation where he has to try to live while the hyenas are trying to eat him and Nala.
Luckily, though, Mufasa comes to the rescue and saves Simba and Nala from those nasty, nasty hyenas.
Oh, we gotta talk about the next part of the quest narrative, a place to go. That's in every good fairy tale.
Yeah, some examples being like Hogwarts would be like a place to go for Harry Potter. But in this story, it would be the elephant graveyard because that is where he first goes in the story, right, guys?
No,
think
not
so.
at all. You are completely wrong. You
Aw.
stupid.
Man,
the
that
place.
hurts.
Oof.
Well, that sucks. The place to go is away from Pride Rock, and then the stated reason, another part of the quest narrative, would be to escape the blame of Mufasa's death.
Wait, hold up. Mufasa dies?
Yeah, sorry, spoiler warning, we should have put that there, but Scar kills Mufasa by starting a stampede with the hyenas' help. Earlier on in the story, while they were at the elephant graveyard, he recruits them by singing a nice song, and yeah. So Simba is down in the canyon, and he's there working on his roar, right? But the hyenas send these animals into the canyon to try to like
I think they're
kill
wildebeests.
Simba. Probably, I don't remember, but yeah. So Simba's stuck down there, and Mufasa, being the good guy that he is, he goes to save his son. And as he is trying to escape the stampede, he's like trying to grab on to the thing, and Scars grabs onto him and just chucks him off the ledge. And it's still one of the most memorable movie scenes that I've seen. As
I
a
refuse to
human.
believe this nonsense you speak of.
Scar is a terrible brother.
I mean, yeah, you're right.
Sadly, it's true that Mufasa dies, though. However, Simba doesn't see this, and he thinks he killed his father because he saved him. But if he goes back to the Pride Lands, people will think he killed his father.
Do you have like notes? Because both Caleb and I have notes.
No.
Did you bring notes? You brought
Oh,
nothing.
of course not.
All right.
I'm freehanding this.
Sorry, guys. This would be one of the first challenges that Simba encounters on his quest to become king. In my opinion, it's a really big trial because losing your father has a huge mental impact on you and can really affect your development as a human, well, in this case, a lion.
Ben also attempted to mention this before, but Simba needed to escape the blame and shame that would come if he went back to the Pride Lands and they figured out that he was the cause of Mufasa's death, which is what everyone in the Pride Lands would think.
You guys are both right on that.
Not like you would know.
Yeah, because
Silence.
you were not prepared today, man.
And you know,
Now that we got that out of the way, we can continue to talk about the trials. One such being the Elephant Graveyard, which we should go more in depth about.
the elephant graveyard would be a trial because it tests Simba's bravery and wits against hyenas. It was also a near-death experience for him and even closer for Nala.
You're
Yeah.
lucky I brought my notes.
What do you mean I'm not looking off?
Somehow Ben's correct on this thing, even though he didn't bring notes. The biggest challenge, in my opinion, for his quest is Scar. He is the big bad of the story and is the one that like initiates all of the challenges for Simba to come across on his journey to become king.
Once Scar,
Also the lion that Caleb thought was going to be the quester.
don't interrupt me, peasant. Once Scar becomes king, he starts over-hunting to feed all of his hyena friends, and it throws off balance of the entire circle of life.
It's the circle of life.
Thanks, Ben, for that beautiful, beautiful song. And speaking of songs, this episode of WII News is brought to you by Pandora, the streaming service that can give you songs whenever you want them.
With a lot of auto-tune that Ben should have used when singing that line.
Back to the story.
Don't comment on my singing skills.
Back to okay, guys. Let's get back on track now. So Scar also, one of the things that he does is he recruits the hyenas who indirectly affect some of the things. One such example being the fact that they initiate the stampede that ends up killing Mufasa.
But we forgot to talk about Timon and Pumbaa. My boys Timon and Pumbaa help Simba along his journey. He finds them on his way away from the Pride Lands. They take Simba in and teach him the phrase Hakuna Matata,
Hakuna
which means no
Matata.
worries for the rest of your days.
No
They help
worries.
Simba overcome his mentality. See, now know what that is singing. Ben, learn from him.
I'll try. And while we're on
Okay.
Simba, speaking
missed.
of mentality, that would be considered a trial for Simba, because he's trying to change his mentality.
Mentality.
Good grammar.
Sorry,
Mentality.
I can't pronounce. But it's more of a mental trial than a physical trial. And
Yeah.
he has to overcome the fact that he thinks he killed his father, even though he didn't. And this is all happening while Scar is running rampant over the Pride Lands and destroying everything, also in the Circle of Life.
So yeah, I agree. His mentality is one of his biggest challenges throughout the story. Once he overcame that roadblock in his mind with the help of Nala and Rafiki, who came to visit him after they figured out that he was still alive, even though they thought he was dead, he was able to head back to the Pride Lands, and more specifically Pride Rock. Once he got back to the Pride Lands, he realized how much of change it had on the thing. However, now that he was a grown lion, both physically and mentally, he should be able to take on Scar.
Especially with the backup of Nala and Rafiki, Timon, Pumbaa, and the lionesses, Simba brought the fight to Scar. This would be another challenge. The final battle was a challenge for Simba because he had to fight off against hyenas and Scar. His character was also challenged. Instead of killing Scar on the spot, he told him to run away. This is ironic because it's the same thing that Scar told him as a cub.
But even though Simba tells him to run away, Scar tries to fight his way out of it, and then ends up running his mouth. The hyenas overhear what Scar said about them, and the hyenas decide to turn on him and eat him.
This leads us perfectly into the real reason to go. The real reason Simba went on this quest was so that he could become physically and mentally strong enough to dethrone Scar, and he was able to take back the throne and restore balance of the Circle of Life.
This has been this week's episode of WII News.
Thanks for tuning in.
We hoped that you took away some newfound knowledge on the Lion King and on the quest narrative.
Next week's episode will be on the Goldilocks and if she was a criminal.
Thanks for watching.